Hello everyone, welcome to Week 2 Power Rankings. Continuing off the momentum there of Matt and Richie, we're doing a video here of the top 12 teams. So let's jump right into it. We have 12 teams here, 3 at the bottom at 0-2. Noticeably, 2 of them are Levinson brothers. And we got 3 teams at the top at 2-0, and everyone else in the middle. So without further ado, let's get into a recap of the games that's happened this week. Alright, so let's dive into this first game of me versus Richie. I handed it to Richie, with probably a season high and career high of 168 for me, modest 80 points for Richie. My team really performed well all around, gets Sanders, probably weak at running backs, but everything else is looking pretty solid. New England, probably had they had a great defense, but, playing Miami, so they have a better defense. Biggest hole in my game, I gotta say it's gonna be Sanders. Everyone else is looking pretty solid. Lamar Jackson up here, who's I'm hoping is going to be the pick of the draft right now. Now let's go to Richie's side over here. We got Mahomes. I think he put up all those points in the second half, or the second quarter, and then didn't really do anything after there, so he can have more upside, potentially. We got Edelman and Gordon. I don't think Richie likes this. I don't think anyone likes having 2 receivers on the same team. And with Antonio Brown in the game now, they got a lot less looks. This is not promising going forward. Got Chubb, he's the only other, without Mahomes, him and Chubb did the only thing. Let's look at Howard here. I think Howard had a bad week and bad first week. I don't know what Richie's doing starting him. Let's take a look at his bench. He has Gronk. So maybe that's a better play than Howard. Other than that, Richie's team, he's looking to go 0-13 with this team right now. I think the only way he's going to find a way out of it is Mahomes, Chubb, and Cohn are going to have a big week because I don't know how much these other players are going to do. Maybe Antonio Brown will get suspended, but until then, it's not looking good. So 168 to 80, pretty big win for me. Richie brings down Richie 0-2. All right, next team. All right, up next we have Mark versus Garrett. Mark had a tough week. He had Goff putting up 20, which is the high scorer there, and I think that's what you're going to expect out of him going forward. Hopkins, man, 4 points. That's a shame. I think he's better than that. I think he'll have better games than that. I think Houston's a good team. I think Hopkins is a great receiver. I'm taking a look at your bench here. You also have Fuller down there. If this was a trading league, I think you'd be able to get some value out of there, but it's not. So, Schuster, man, good receiver. Probably the only receiver on the Steelers right now, but there's no one to throw it to him now. I think Roethlisberger's out for the year. Got Paxton Lynch throwing to him. Might do fine. I mean, even though Paxton Lynch, you had McDonald over here on Garrett's team, swooping up 2 touchdowns only on 38 yards. So, I don't know. He had 7 targets. Good God. I think Garrett might have a look there. I don't know how much going forward, but that's going to look like. I like the old man pickup of Witten. I think he's very touchdown dependent. Touchdown last week, touchdown this week. Other than that, he's not doing much besides blocking. Overall, I think Mark, your team can do better. I think you just had an off week. We'll see how the Steelers look like. I mean, they're not looking good these last 2 weeks, so it's hope going forward they'll have a better day. Garrett, you got Matt Ryan here. Honestly, I don't like Matt Ryan. I don't think he's a great QB, but 22 points, even with 3 interceptions, so that's like 28 points, really. He didn't throw any interceptions. Good win. Wow. 121 yards. Man. Looking good. Kupp. Yeah, Cooper Kupp. Why not? Barkley and Jones. Strongest point of your game. As long as they keep producing. I think Barkley's going to keep producing, so that looks good. Carson Hunter, you're doing here. Give it another running back. No. Yeah, you got 1, but it's not any good. I know Matt has like 6 of them. We'll use one of those 2. Kicker at 3 and a defense at 8. Not bad team. I think Garrett's team's looking really good. Mark, you're at 1-1. I think, that's probably where you should be. All right, next team. All right, game 3. Evan versus John. John wins it by 20. Very pretty even all around. You got Tom Brady at 25, 42 years old. Doing great at 42. 17. No really standouts on this team, I don't think. Very solid team all around. I think Connor has a big upside here. You know, with Roethlisberger going out the rest of the season, I think they're going to rely on that running game. Williams, you know, Kansas City didn't score after the second quarter, so I don't know. I feel like he should have had some more, but either way, you get a win. Look at Evans' team. I think he definitely could have won this. You know, McCaffrey, who, you know, it's sad. You know, I don't think Tampa Bay is very good, and I guess the Panthers aren't very good this year. So let's take a look at that. McCaffrey, yeah, big points that first week, and this week kind of just laying an egg. Kittle, oh man, I think you picked him up way too early. What round did you pick him up in? Yeah, third round. I don't think he's going to be a third round tight end. I don't think he's a Gronk. I think he's going to do slightly better than the average tight end. Look at that, 54 yards and 41 points. It's not looking promising. I think, yeah, look at it. If you started your team, you know, with your best players, you would have won this game. But who is to know that, you know, he was going to do that. Overall, you know, Peterson, can't forget him. Great player. Still got it. Only had 10 carries, though. 1 touchdown. May not be great going forward. Overall, not bad. It's T.Y. Hilton, even with no luck at the QB, still producing. Very solid. I think both these teams are very, they'll be good teams going forward. 1-1 is where Evan probably deserves to be, and probably same with John. Great game. All right, the next team we have Bob versus his oldest Nick. Bob winning, bring his record to 1-1, and Nick down to 1-1. I actually think Nick should be 0-2. I think Watkins saved him the first week with a huge week, but this week was unfortunate. Even though Bob lost both of his quarterbacks, Breeze is out for the foreseeable future, and look at 6 weeks. Wow. And then we have Roethlisberger who's out for this season. So we'll see tomorrow who Bob picks up on waivers. I don't know what's out there, but I don't think there's anything great. Other than that, Bob's team's looking good. You got Cook, who's produced both first week and second week. Keep that up. He's looking good. He's looking strong. As long as he stays healthy. David Johnson, not as strong as last week, but, you know, still getting back into the groove. I think he's a solid pick. I don't think he's going to be, I don't know if he should be, was it 9th pick? Yeah, 9th pick. I don't know if he's a 9th round pick, but he's going to be good. And Ridley, solid 2 weeks in a row. Great receivers. You know, great team, minus the QB situation. It's really a shame. I think he had a strong team going into this week. Now it's kind of up in the air. You got Nick on the other hand. Mayfield over Rivers. Wow. Good pick there. I wouldn't have done it. Didn't matter though. Still lost. Team's very okay. Like I said, I think it should be 0-2, except for this. I like the kicker here. Look at that. It's good for 10. Projected for 10 at least. Only hit 7. Still, good team. Mediocre team. 1-1. Bob's also 1-1. Let's see what he does next week. Okay, our second to last recap. We have Melissa versus our reigning champion, Justin, who's off to a 0-2 start. Not good for him. He's a reigning champ. And he's looking to have a John year, you know, first to like second to last, I think. Yeah, Melissa's team. Matt said this is the best team in the league. Debatable. Gurley, he's doing well, but not as well as he used to. Ross is, I think, a great pickup, maybe until Green comes back, but he's looked good these last 2 weeks. Solid player all around. Yeah, Michael Thomas, with Drew Brees out the next couple weeks. Probably underperform, but still a good player. We had our bench. I think Prescott and Watson. Wow, two players from Texas there. Started the wrong one, but again, it didn't matter. Justin's team, Rodgers, wow. He's not doing well these last 2 games. I don't know. I mean, they're squeaking out wins, but barely. We'll see how he does going forward. He's still probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Brown, I know Justin was happy about this. I was happy about this. I didn't think he was going to be this productive on the Patriots. So, good for him. Bad for Richie. Good for us. Patriots looking unstoppable, and as long as Antonio Brown doesn't get suspended, he's looking to be a great receiver. I think he's better on this team than he would have ever been on Oakland, so good for us. Kamara, not doing much. I think similar to the Connor situation, Kamara's going to see a bigger upside, run the ball more without a good quarterback there. I think this is just a pick because Justin likes New England, as well as myself. Overall, this team's not looking good. You know, 2 players scoring 0. Sean Watts, Jackson, you know, not playing at all. In your bench, you have Barber on there. You could have started him over Jackson, but wouldn't have made a difference. Oh, good team for Melissa. I don't think it's the best team, but I think it's a playoff team. Starts out 2-0, and Justin's team, I don't know, probably at the bottom somewhere. Probably not making playoffs. All right, let's wrap this up. The last team. All right, last game. We got Matt starting at 0-2, like his big brother Richie. We got Chris at 1-1. Chris taking the win here. Chris, I like your team. I like Ian. I like Wentz. I like Bell. I like Kelsey. And everyone else, as long as they do their job, I think you got a good team here. Matt, on the other hand, not quite sure what you're doing. You got 2 really good running backs. You know, another running back, and then a couple more on your bench. A bunch of receivers on your bench. You got a lot of players, Matt, I feel, but no one who's good besides your running backs. You have plenty of receivers, and you decide to start Jeffrey, so that's on you. How much to say about Matt, your team? Chris, I do like your team going forward. I think it's going to look good. I think you got a decent bench as well. Green comes back. Yeah, you might have I think you definitely might have a playoff team. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up. So, on to the power rankings. Alright, let's see it. Power rankings, 1 through 12. No surprise here. Richie at the bottom. I don't like his team. He has 2 receivers that are on the same team. Neither of them are the number 1, so you can go at the bottom. Close 11th place is going to be Matt, his brother. He's got running back on his team, a lot of them. And that's about it. 10th place will be Justin. Honestly, it's not that bad of a team, but no one's doing anything. And unless Gordon plays this year, you're probably going to end up down here. 9th place, so these are the 1-1 teams now. I'm going to put Nick down here. I don't really like his team. I think he should be 0-2. No consistency in his team. He's going to need some big players to blow up to get any wins. After that, Mark. Hopkins is probably the best player on your team. He'll definitely win you some weeks, but it's kind of a hard thing to rely on. Throw John here at 7. Some solid running backs, solid wide receivers. He's probably got the best 42-year-old quarterback in the league. Yeah, definitely the best 42-year-old quarterback in the league. He's great. I think I'm going to get some slack for this one, especially from the person I'm putting there. It's going to be Evan. Got some solid players, good team, but I'm not convinced on Murray. And I think the Cardinals are horrible. And I think Murray's going to be horrible because of that. Going down here, I like Chris's team a lot. I'm throwing him at 5 still. He's got Bell, probably the only player on the Jets. Looking at 20 touches a game. He could easily win him a week. After that, I like Bob's team. I saw on the waivers he picked up Jimmy GQ. Garrett was probably happy about that. Really like his team. I think he's only going to go up. So 3rd place. These are the teams that are currently undefeated. Matt had her at 1. I'm going to put her at 3. Gurley's not getting the touches he used to. He's probably averaging like 15 a game. Before he was probably at 20, 25. Rams are still a good team. He'll definitely get some touches, so he's still going to be good, but he's not as good as he was last year. And 2. I'm going to throw myself at 2. Sanders is my weak link. I don't have another running back. If anyone gets hurt, I'm kind of done. So, he's got a 2. And Garrett, split up at number 1. This might be his year. He has a similar situation to me. He's got a weak running back that's in his flex. So he can replace that easier than I can. So overall, top to bottom, this is my top 12. This concludes the video. So, smash that like button. Follow us on socials. And we'll end it there. Thanks, guys and girl.